Most people probably prioritize reliability when they're buying their new or used car. I mean, I do. Nobody wants to be stuck taking their car to the shop every third week. Nobody wants to be stuck with expensive repairs, and certainly you don't want to have to be constantly bothered with the thought of having to add a little bit of extended warranty. But guess what? I'm going to do another Car Lot Blitz, and I'm going to share a whole pile of vehicles, how I rate them in terms of overall reliability, and hope it helps you make your choice when you're out shopping for your next new vehicle, that you don't be stuck with a dud. Let's get into it now.
Life's too short to drive boring cars.
All right, let's go. The first one here we have a Mercedes-Benz. Obviously, it's got the V8 over there. It's not the G63, it's the G550. Nice case on here. Of course, you do have a nice looking design. Obviously, these vehicles here are rugged, all-terrain, utilized by the military, and certainly they are utilitarian by nature, a true truck-based SUV by Mercedes-Benz. And yeah, the G63 is heavy on fuel. It's pricey, and as well, it's just not necessarily built for everyone. Now you have all the luxury appointments, but these vehicles here, clearly, I think the biggest issues, door handles, door switches, there's some electrical failures there, as well as brake lights and brake switches, as well, that can control the interlocks on the vehicle. If you put your brake in, there's a switch behind there, a micro switch, that has been known to fail as well. And some of the other problems would be related to a crank position sensor, which might be a crank but no start situation. That's not an uncommon scenario. Other than that, they're pretty robust, pretty durable. The big V8s are pretty solid. They're thirsty, and they cost a lot of money to maintain. But I would say overall, this would get about a 3 out of 5 for overall reliability. Now here we have a GLC 300 by Mercedes, a 4MATIC. That means it's all-wheel drive, not just the rear, but you also get the front wheels driving as well. You get lots of great chrome detail, and as well, large sunroof on top. And these vehicles are fun. They have been known, some cases in the early generations, to actually have putting holes in the pistons, blowing smoke and oil, and blowing engines. Transmissions are pretty solid. Electrics are not bad, but it's just the fit and finish, and some of the materials seem to just come apart. They're a little bit fragile. I would say overall, I would rank this vehicle not bad overall reliability, but probably give it a 3 out of 5. And then here's another one. We have a BMW. Clearly, you could tell with the size of this unit, this one here is their full-size vehicle. This is the X5, although there's no badges, it's all been removed. This one is the 40i. Yes, that means it's the B58 engine. Very reliable. You got the laser LEDs, you got the big brakes, gorgeous detailing here. Of course, the interior is nice on these two, and you get lots of sunroof action on top. These vehicles are actually, in the BMW world, quite reliable. Now with that new engine, the B58 Turbo 6, makes, you know, well over 300 pony. Not a bad vehicle. From BMW's world, they've definitely brought up the reliability in these vehicles. The only thing is the air ride suspension. When they wear, the airbags get costly on the self-leveling. You can expect thousands of dollars repaired there. Other than that, I would give that vehicle a 3.5 out of 5. This Lexus, obviously a beautiful vehicle. You could tell this style of headlights, alloy wheels that are beautifully done. This is F Sport, so it's an upgrade. Beautiful, nice detailing here, obviously. And we're talking about specifically the RX 350. This is the older generation. This is the one you want. This is the one that has the outgoing 3.5 liter V6, naturally aspirated, super reliable, almost never breaks, has a reliable transmission as well, and the electrics just don't fail. So this RX 350 old generation, I would give this a 4.5 out of 5 star. Here we have a little Golf R, beautiful, 2 liter turbo 4. Comes with a DCT double clutch gearbox. You can also get a manual transmission. Beautiful vehicles, nice alloy wheels. Of course, this is the R. As you see the badging, you have some nice detailing, carbon fouling on the tips. As you can see, lots of piano finishing, but it's a good looking unit. Nice interior, finished as the Germans finish it, solid, built like a tank. But the 2 liter turbo engine isn't bad, other than the fact that it does create extra carbon, a little bit of minor oil consumption. Watch for those water pumps and thermostats. But the big thing here is to think about is the DCT. It needs its servicing. If it doesn't have maintenance done on the DCT, it can and will fail early. So definitely, as long as you've got good service records, this vehicle can be solid. I would give this at 3.5 out of 5 star. Here, Tesla, what can I say? There's very little to go wrong other than lots of electronics. Of course, yeah, you have a fixed roof on top, lots of digital electronics. These things have been known to fail. Quality control issues with hardware, holding wheels on, and suspension parts. This is the dual motor, not the base. They're actually quite peppy, quite fun, and there's very little mechanically. There's a heat pump, you get the coolant system, but generally it's all electric. So it's batteries and motors, and that's it. Generally, I would rank that a 4 out of 5 in terms of reliability. This one here, obviously, Toyota. Clearly, what we're looking at here is a Camry. Camrys, ultra reliable. This is the hybrid version. You have beautiful wheels on there. I love this. And you do get a little sunroof on top. Nice little basic handles. And look, love this taillight finishing on this Camry with the blue logo. It means it's hybrid. This is SE hybrid right there. You do get this beautiful little wing, and these are ultra reliable. How about a naturally aspirated 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine? Couple it up to the infamous CVT transmission, as well as the hybrid system that Toyota is the best at building. So this vehicle here, I would give it a 4 out of 5 star. Here, Mercedes, beautiful vehicle. You want technology, you want performance, you want beautiful laser cut wheels, fold away mirrors, lots of sunroof, and of course chrome handles and details. This is an E450, beautiful. 4MATIC, means it's all-wheel drive. This vehicle here, too much technology. There have been problems with engine related issues, whistling noises, LED troubles, as well as ABS modules and other modules that seem to just fail on these. Not terribly unreliable from the engine and drivetrain perspective or transmission, but it's the electrics and technology that seem to drag this vehicle down. I'll give it a 3 out of 5. Here's another Mercedes-Benz. This is an S-Class right here. Twin turbo V8. Can't really go wrong there. This is the S63 AMG model, so that means this is Big Daddy. Big power, big performance, big style. But it also means big dollars. Beautiful AMG detailing on the tips like that. Of course, laser cut rims, red calipers on there. You've got, look, shades in the back. All the latest and greatest technology. Heated, cooled, vibrating seats. This is an absolute winner. But from a reliability and maintenance and cost of ownership perspective, I'd give this thing a 2.5 out of 5 star. But that engine, ooh, that engine. Here we have a Tesla. We've already dealt with that. We know what's going on there. Here we have another Mercedes. And of course, right there, this one is a beauty. Turbo 4MATIC, that means all-wheel drive. And of course, fold away. Chrome detail on the handles. Lots of glass on the roof. Look at the flip-up mirror or the wing right here. That is absolutely gorgeous. AMG decals all over. This is a GT53. Lots more great detailing on there on the exhaust tips. Black chrome AMG detailing. Absolutely stunning looking car. I'm not gonna lie, I love the looks of this thing. It's different, it's unique, it's pricey, and it's not that reliable. I would give this car a 2.5 out of 5 star. Here, we have an Audi S5. Coolant leaks, water pump leaks, wheel bearings, transmission troubles, and more specifically, oil burning is just a big issue with some of these vehicles. Now the S5 is a fun vehicle. I would always buy an S or an RS model of any Audi. I would never bother with the A series vehicles. Quad tips, obviously 2 over there, 2 over here. Beautiful vehicle. Nice sight lines here, absolutely gorgeous. And I would rank this car at a 2.5 out of 5 star. Then over here we have a BMW. This is clearly an M4 right here. You can see the big hump in the hood. Very aggressive looking chin spoiler. Beautiful wheels. Calipers are nice. This is a good looking M4. And of course you have the decals here, M4 right there. Gotta like this. This here is a detail you'll find on some of these M3 and M4 cars. You get a sunroof. This is a coupe. That means it's the 4 Series. And as we cycle around, LED lights, carbon fiber wing. And this car actually has what they call the S55 engine, twin turbo, straight 6, 3 liters by displacement, makes well over 400 ponies, depends anywhere from 400 to 471, depends on which model of the M4. This car here is actually quite a bit more reliable than the outgoing M3 coupe, which this is, which has a naturally aspirated V8. This one here I'll rank, I'd give it about a 3.5 out of 5 star. This one here I'll give it a 2 out of 5 star. This has a naturally aspirated 4-liter V8, has rod bearing problems, throttle actuator issues, and it's a gorgeous vehicle. Everybody loves these. Look at the deep dish wheels on the back. Of course, this is the E90, E92 generation. You can tell by the tail lights. This is the M3 Cabriolet that folds up in multiple pieces. So it's a great car. The overall packaging is solid, and this is from a time when BMWs felt more solid. They still had analog steering and brakes, and they felt very sturdy. The only downfall with this generation E92 is that it comes, unfortunately, with that V8. And that V8 is one of the best to drive, but not one of the best to own. And right here's the next one we have. This one's all-wheel drive. You have a little spaceship looking detail on the back. Some people like it. I'm not a fan. This is a CR-V by Honda, but you know the reliability is pretty sturdy. You do put a tow hitch on there. I'm not sure I would do that with a CVT transmission on this. But of course you have a little stepping boards right there for the small people in your life. You do get sunroof on top. And it's just a good looking little unit all the way around. Other than that rear finishing, I'm not a big fan of. Cycle around. total. You've got the Honda bar on the front, pretty traditional detailing. Stick with the latest and the greatest. No, not really. The 1.5's an oil and dilution problem. If you can get in one of the older CRVs that has the 2.4 liter engine, that's the engine you want. As well, have it coupled up to the torque converter automatic transmission. That'll be the unit you want. This one here, I would say as it stands, gets a 3.5 out of 5 star. And here we have a little Audi Quattro. As you see, they have the great headlights, beautiful alloys, fold-away mirrors, and yeah, well, what do you get on top? Not a lot. We're talking Q5 here by Audi, the 4 rings of despair. Calb, it's Quattro, all-wheel drive system. Makes it very, very functional for snow and ice. Lots of problems here as well. Q5, timing chain troubles, oil consumption, as well as coolant leaks. There's also been problems with suspension, front end loose parts. Then we have a Cadillac here, XT Junk. This gets a 2 out of 5. Anyway, skipping right along, Q3, same thing, timing chains. We talk suspension issues, water pump thermostat. Actually, water leaks through the sunroof as well has been a common problem, as well as through the hatch. There's been problems there, as well as just inadvertent no run or stopping condition has been a problem for a lot of these Audis. And so the Q3 to me gets a 2 out of 5 star. Same thing here is another one. And then we have a Grand Cherokee. Have you heard of the TIPM, totally integrated power module? That's right, things like lights, mirrors, windows, as well as you could actually, the vehicle can stop and stall because the fuel pump's controlled through that totally integrated power module, which can fail. Cost you a couple grand to get that done. It's a pain. It's more time in a shop, more money out of the pocket. Of course, we talk about bad engines. And remember that recall with the transmission that slipped out of gear and actually unalived somebody when it rolled into them as they were unlocking their gate? Yeah, quality control troubles throughout. Folding material on the dash gone. So we have this little Mercedes-Benz. Beautiful dash gauges, pieces there, of course, fold away, two-tone. I love the chrome right there, of course, nice chrome top, brushed aluminum. So we cycle around, GLE 400. None of the GLEs are all that great, lots of troubles, 4MATIC. You can get whistle noises, module noises, all kinds of mechanical troubles. And of course, these headlights and modules have been troublesome. So generally, reliability hasn't been that great, 2.5 out of 5. Volvo right here, an XC90. Of course, beautiful alloy wheels that are laser cut, fold away. Look at that, one touch in, and look, classic Volvo. People like to haul stuff around. This is a very practical SUV, beautiful laser. It makes it feel actually like you're in a spaceship right here. T6 all-wheel drive. So this isn't necessarily the full bling special. You do get carboning happening down there, and you can tow some weight. But the problem is these vehicles do come with some troubles, and some of these later models have supercharged and turbocharged engines, and some of them even couple up to electric drive. Makes them ultra complex and likely to fail. I'm going to say this vehicle here, currently in its current state, because there are some electrical gremlins, some braking problems, I'll give this a 2.5 out of 5 star. And here we have another Mercedes, the beautiful laser cut rims, and of course, beautiful. Look at that, sturdy. Of course, it's a beautiful looking unit, but that's the problem with the GLE 450. Has to do with a lot with electronics. It's a 4MATIC, which means it's all-wheel drive. But people have complained whistling noises from under the hood, headlight problems. The headlights are particularly dim, and as well, even seat bolsters are kind of weak and they seem to flimse apart. They're coming apart at the seams. There's a lot of just general quality cosmetic issues with these vehicles. The engines aren't terrible. The transmissions are better, but generally, I would give this at a 2.5 out of 5 star. Lexus RX 350, we spoke, 4.5 out of 5. Here's an X3 by BMW. This is the xDrive 30i. That means this carries the B48, super reliable, B48 engine, makes about 255 horsepower, very durable. It's one of their best vehicles, one of their best drivetrains, the B48 and the B58 engine, which is their 6-cylinder version of this. Beautiful headlights, the BMW LED, of course, laser cut rims there, nice alloys and decals right there, fold away. One touch access in, the brushed aluminum at the back. Beautiful vehicle. I give that a 3.5 out of 5 star. Infiniti, what we have here, absolute junk. This one here, QX50, they're actually dabbling here. For 2019, they actually came out with what they call variable compression. The engine is junk. Instead of a connecting rod, you actually have a series of different joints, and it is unreliable. There's also heavy oil consumption, front drive sensing detection systems that fail, transmission CVT, not good. 1.5 out of 5 star. AMG GLC 43, absolutely gorgeous vehicle. Love the quad tips there, beautiful laser cut. Look at the chrome all the way, all over the place, and a sunroof. Beautiful vehicle all the way around. This one here, You'd think it would be the 43 would be the V6, but it's not. It's a 2-liter turbo 4 that makes a combined output of about 414 horsepower. I would give this vehicle here, because it has the battery generating system in it, a little extra complexity and fragility in modern day Mercedes, I'll give that a 2.5 out of 5. Here we have an F-Pace by Jaguar. Here we have an S, that's the V6. Coolant leaks, the infamous Y-pipe that cracks, of course coolant, water, oil, I mean, you name it. It has some electrical issues, the infotainment system, SIM card issues. I would give this vehicle a 2 out of 5 star. And with all of that said, be sure to check out right there the most reliable SUVs of 2024. Hope to see each and every one of you on the next one. We'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.